Been somewhat of a busy day, afternoon, and the sun's not out, but it didn't rain, so I got lucky and came out here and started doing shit. So I put the RSX back on all fours. I guess I'm gonna post a picture up on Instagram later on. And I came out here and started fucking with this, right? All right, like I've mentioned before, talk about turbo kits and stuff, that turbo kits generally are generic, but there is a piece that's different between the one that fits the Integra just as a bolt-on versus the EGDC. There's one that comes out here and comes directly over the transmission and then straight down to the intercooler. It bends around here. You can see here that I got the one that kind of goes through like the old school shit, because I think the EG, the coupe and shit and whatnot, they have the airbox go through here instead of through here. So you just, once you remove the intake, you have the hole already set and you just drop it straight through, which is why you have it like that angled there. But yeah, this wouldn't work if I hadn't removed the ABS. If the ABS had not been removed, this is not an option, because that's where the ABS module sits, right? So yeah, I already did that, so that's you know, I have the option to do that. Now I didn't really want to cut, but I waited about 15 minutes after I searched for one on Facebook and went and cut anyway, and it was still, you know, kind of a tight fit. But once, you know, you involve the other pieces, you know, you got a little bit of flex and play here, so it didn't have to go directly into the hole, because you can see it kind of like, if you without this piece being here, this piece kind of rests like right here, and I can't cut where that is. You know, you see there's metal's real thick. I mean, I could, but it would be a real big headache. And I guess I kind of did talk about like mocking up the turbo kit for the car, because people ask questions about that, but it really isn't very difficult. You kind of, you know, like I buy pieces here and there, and I take the pieces I have and you put it in. Generally speaking, there's only supposed to be 3 pieces of intercooler piping you use, right? It's this one right here, that one that curls around to the intercooler, and then the one that goes from the intercooler here to the turbo. Now I have an adapter on here that's dropping the turbo like hella close to the ground, so I'm gonna have a little bit more of a difficulty getting down there, but I guess I'll just play with the clocking of the turbo housing to see that. Or I can do what a lot of people do, just take it over to get a lip extension welded onto the turbo itself, so that way I can drop it down a little bit, and then I can just run the piping straight to that lip, which is most likely what's going to happen. But all right, so I had another problem. If you've seen on Instagram, right, I had a piece that was coming down here and it stuck way the fuck out, like way too far out, and so I'm not fucking leaving the bumper off to run some ghetto ass piping, and I don't feel like buying another piece and taking a chance of it also being too big. So I just I looked at what I had, and I put the intercooler in place and start cutting. All right, so my original plan was to just you know, I mean, let me see if I can put it back together real quick. All right, I cut it. It wound up being in 3 pieces, you know, so you gotta just have a general idea of what's going on, right? So it curved around and then went up, right, because it's supposed to drop down and then come around, right? So what I was originally gonna do was just cut out this chunk right here, and then I was gonna scoot it in, right? But before I started cutting, thank fucking God, I went ahead and stopped being lazy and went to the back and got my intercooler, put the intercooler in place. So once I got the intercooler sitting right where it's supposed to, I took that section again, I picked it up, and I saw how much room I had, right? You see, how close did I need to get for that to connect, right? So when you see how fucking far in the pipe goes, right? So what I decided was, instead of leaving it facing like this, I clocked it like this, right? Alright, just instead of fucking leaving the pipe out to come out and around like that, I just turn that motherfucker facing anyways, right? And then once you cut that piece out and leave it a straight piece, you got this right here, right? It's mad close. Now again, like I said, the rubber shit up there, it gives it a little bit of place, so I can always scoot this around a little bit. See how it's a lot closer now? So just put the rubber there, put the coupler hose there and a coupler hose here, and I have a one piece that's almost straight compared to that big ass looping thing, and I don't have to buy another intercooler piece. So now all I gotta do is buy the rubber shit, the couplers, which is a lot cheaper than buying piping, right? So as far as the turbo kit mock-up goes, I've only got that side left to do, and I've got to fix my intercooler. There's a fucking muffler straightener at Harbor Freight, and I'm hoping that it's strong enough to flex this out. It's like 20 bucks. You put it in here, and then you just tighten it, and as you tighten it, it opens up, it spreads open evenly like this to straighten it out. The bend is not super huge, so I'm hoping I can fix it easy. If not, well, I would be willing to just run it, and you know, because it's got about an inch or more in the back to put a pipe on, so I could always, you know, that's plenty enough for a strap to hold on to it, so I could always run it in there and have it on there. And honestly, like, this doesn't have a lip on it anymore because I cut, you know, so the chances of me popping off intercooler piping is there. Now, I've run similar setups before on an EG, and I didn't pop off pipes because I had the V-band clamps, which are a lot stronger than the regular fucking, you know, tighten downs. And well, at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, and I do have a problem with it popping off, as long as I can get the tune done, it doesn't pop off on the fucking dyno, then I'll be good to go. And then afterwards, if I'm on the street running it and it starts to pop off on me, then I will just go and have this all welded into a single piece, and then won't have the issue anymore. Anyway, so guys, I promised I was gonna show you all, you know, intercooler mock-up. It's pretty much done, you know, at this point. You know, I just gotta clamp it together and mount the intercooler firmly in place. I might not even worry about it. I just fucking, you know, once I have it all strapped up to the hoses here, it's not that big a deal. And I guess I could find some bolts at not Harbor Freight, but at Home Depot to mount this to the radiator support. All right, so as far as the Integra goes, you know, with it running now, I gotta drain the bad fuel. This line has to be mounted some way, or I gotta change it. Either go buy a GSR fucking throttle body cable, or find a way to rig that up and put the axles in place. And once that's done, I'm ready to go. This car's ready to tune.